I'm Andrey the Hitman, and today I bring in one of my clients, Mikhail Baskov. I'm gonna asking a few questions about his experience training with me. How you doing, Mikhail?
Hi, Ajay. How are you? I'm fine.
I'm doing very well. So, how long have you been working out with me, Mikhail?
We started, I believe, early 2019 or first quarter of 2019. So this is second year, almost third year by now.
Oh, that's good. Why did you begin to look for a personal trainer?
Well, Ajay, it's a long story, and it was a combination of factors. There was a person who gave us made a presentation for us at my previous job. And I work in aircraft leasing, so salesperson, traveling, a lot of office job. And he told us he was a nutritionist at national rugby team in Ireland, and he told us about all kind of sport activity which people should do in their lifetime, and especially after you start aging. And I was kind of approaching 50 at that time, and I was shocked when he showed us all those photos of muscles, how fast they degrade in time. And at that time, this was 2018, I thought I should probably start thinking about doing some exercises. And then at about the same time, I switched gears a bit. I left corporate world, and I spent a year in sport training, preparing for several sport events. And I started exercising in Moscow at that time, but it was on and off. And then I realized that I should continue doing this on a regular basis. And that's when I met you, and that's when it all started.
That's good. What was your first impression of this workout, and what you like the most?
Well, to be honest, I did some research, and I tried some other exercise methods. And I heard about HEAT being an intensive and efficient method, and also in a way it is somewhat in line with the sports exercise and competitions in skydiving, which we have, which means 35 seconds of high intensity training. In general, for skydiving, for my weekend job, weekend hobby, you need a combination of strength, flexibility, and endurance. And I noticed that HEAT is kind of giving you all that. So that's why when I looked around and I found the gym where you were a coach, I kind of realized that that's probably what I need. And let's see if it works. And it kind of worked. Although I must admit, it always felt like a torture at that time. It still feels like a torture now, but it feels like an inevitable evil which you need to do in order to stay in shape.
Do you think that working out by yourself or using an app is better than working out with a personal trainer?
Well, people are different, and I'm sure some people may find it easier to work with an app by themselves, but I realized for myself I won't be able to do that, mostly because I just will not ever have enough willpower to force me to do all that. So that's why I needed a personal trainer just for that, to keep me disciplined and to keep me focused. And also, since the load in HEATs in general, and our sessions in particular, are pretty much heavy, I really needed someone to ration the load so that it doesn't go too easy and it doesn't over stress me, but just about enough, slightly beyond the breaking point maybe, to be more efficient. So for me personally, I do need a personal coach, and I do have a personal coach, you, and I really appreciate that. And I tried it all by myself, and it's nowhere near the efficiency. Usually, most of the time, I tried it by myself. I just give up too fast, and I never continue. So it works for me, and I would assume it will probably be the same for majority of people.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. It's just some people when they're using an app or they work out by themselves, they don't see the results. They think that they're doing the exercise properly, and most of the time they do it something wrong, and it may cause an injury. So that's the problem. That's what I see. That's my perspective on this. That I don't believe in apps or giving programs to people, because I know that they are not going to follow exactly how I want it.
Yeah, I agree. And to be honest, I think it won't be that many people who will over-exercise themselves by themselves. I would still believe mostly you will under-exercise if you do it by yourself. You will never become close to that zone where it is most efficient input and output. And as for me personally, it was mostly willpower. I will never ever be able to do this all by myself.
Plus, you never know if you're when you can step up, in each exercise, or if you're doing something that it doesn't work anymore for you, or the exercise is not giving you what you need. So you need to step up with another exercise, and you don't know. You have to look in the app, for another exercise, and you know where to begin. So.
Yeah, you're right, and also it's really good to have this constant flow of exercise, especially with heat, because you probably noticed how annoyed sometimes I am when somewhere in the middle of difficult exercise we jump into too much discussion, and I would rather have it a constant flow of exercise and relaxation for a short amount of time, uninterrupted, and personal coach gives you exactly like that. And also I just also wanted to add, sometimes, well, quite often, probably at every exercise, you as a coach immediately see where I'm hitting my maximum limit, and you quickly downscale a bit, give me a couple of easy ones, or the other way around. If you see it's too easy, you immediately throw in something difficult to keep me at the top of my ability. So that's what I value in a personal coach in general, and in you in particular.
Thank you. What have you accomplished personally with this type of training personally on your body? What have you seen on your body?
Well, it's not only me, my friends saw it, which is even more important. So I saw the difference, and even more than that, I think it's more of a big qualitative change. I exercised before. I kind of was doing morning exercises all my life, but eventually, as I realized when we started these exercises, I went really low in my fitness level. So when I was starting this project, for me personally, I had several goals in mind. I wanted just to not really age that fast. This was kind of the main background goal, after I saw that presentation about aging effect on people, how quickly they lose their muscle mass. And two more, I started working in skydiving on weekends, and I needed to be fit for the type of job I'm doing. And also I started actively pursuing some sporty goals. I became a member of a skydiving team, and I was training for records in skydiving. And for those events, you have to be really fit to stay strong and fit during the week of quite enduring sporty activity. And I could even compare now my first attempt to participate in the world record before we started actively exercising with you in 2018, and then another one in 2019, where I was very well prepared for that event. And I would say I did some mistakes, of course, there, but none of them were caused by my inadequate fitness. So I immediately saw that difference, big time. And in general, I would say my life in general changed a lot, because I feel myself fit. I feel myself very different. I feel myself actually really well. When you know that all your muscles are in tone, you can actually start feeling your abs, like, oh, I have abs. Big stuff. And as I said, when people start noticing that, that's big success, I would say. So for me, it made a difference. And as I said, my main background goal to age nicely and to maybe add a couple or maybe 10 years to the back end of my life. Now I understand that if I continue doing this, I'll get that. And the quality of my life later, when I'm 60, 70, 80, hopefully will be much better versus no exercising and just like fading out slowly.
Yeah, that's what I tell people, you know. I mean, as soon as we start getting older, you know, if we don't work out, we're going to get weaker and weaker all the time. You know?
And I saw the pictures. I saw the pictures, Ajay. Those slides, the presentation which we were given, we were shown cross sections or X-rays or MRI, CRT scans of muscles of 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, comparing people who exercise and those who don't exercise. And when you see muscles in one case and just fat with some teeny tiny muscles in the middle in another case, you ask yourself, who I want to be when I grow older. So this picture or that picture. And the decision is really quick. You just need to understand that it will take some efforts and discipline to follow the right path.
So in matter of the sports, can you explain a little bit more what type of a sport do you do? What do you have accomplished in terms of the teams that they have brought you in? I don't know.
Well, in terms of sport, I have this weekend hobby / job. So during the week I work in aircraft leasing, as I said. On the weekends I work in skydiving. I have two jobs. One job is I'm a camera flyer, so I have to skydive next to the tandem pair, a skydiver who is doing first skydive in their life and attached to the tandem passenger. My job is to take a video of that jump. I'm also an AFF instructor. I train beginner skydivers and jump with them. So for these jobs, I have to be fit because because things happen. You may have to react quickly, and in general, you need to have good flexibility, endurance to remember all your job elements and do them at high quality. So the better your fitness is, the better footage will be of your video, which means it will be a better memory for the person who may be doing the only skydive in their life. On the sporty side, I'm a member of one of the Irish four-way team. It's a formation skydiving team. We train and we're planning to compete. We had to have our first competition last year. Unfortunately, because of the COVID, that got cancelled, but we're still training for the next ones. And we're planning to compete at international level, representing Ireland. We're not the national team, but we'll eventually try to compete to represent Ireland at the international event at the big scale. And I'm also, as I mentioned, I'm signing up, participating in the world records attempts to build the largest formation in the sky. So for both of these disciplines, you need to be strong, flexible, and fit at almost, it's not like a professional athlete level, but way above average. You have to be strong because sometimes you have kind of strong loads which impact you. You have to be flexible to be able to kind of dissipate the loads. And as I mentioned before, these events usually take several days, and you have to have good endurance to survive. Not just survive, you always survive, it's all safe, but to survive physically so that your physical tiredness doesn't impact your mental ability, your judgment, so that you always remain focused, alert, and ready for any abnormalities in the skydive. And those were the goals, as I said. I accomplished that. I feel a big difference. And all the events which I participated in definitely did show the difference from the past versus now. You could feel that the week goes on, the day goes on, jumps go on, and you are not getting tired. that much. You remain fit and alert, and that's what matters in skydiving.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned, I think like it was last year, that you missed a step outside the aircraft, and then you were like flying like Superman, holding onto a bar,
Yeah, this was a big test. You're right. This was a big test. I think I was, I was making a video of a jump. It was to film a particular group of skydivers jumping, and a camera person usually gets out of the aircraft first and waits for the rest of the team to prepare for the jump, and then we all leave. And you're basically hanging on a rail, and you're standing on a small step. And in that particular case, I just missed the step, and I was only holding on the aircraft with my hand. In the past, there's no way I would have been able to stay there. But now, new me, I was just flying, holding the aircraft, and then I was able to pull myself in, get back on the step by the time the guys and girls were preparing for jump. So I was back in good position by the time they were ready to go. And there was a big relief for me, because imagine these people wanted to have a good, nice jump, have it on the video, and what if I'm gone? So they won't be happy. In this case, it all worked fine, so I survived, and I was really proud of myself.
That's good. How can you recommend somebody to train with me, or to start this type of training with me?
I want everyone, no matter what their age is, just to think about the future, what they want to be in several years, in 10 years, in 20 years, by the time they retire. What kind of life quality they would like to have. Certain things money cannot buy. If you don't feel well, if you're weak, if you're sick all the time, if you have all kind of back pains and other pains, nothing will really matter, I guess. And if you want to remain at a certain level of fitness, I'm not talking about Superman or people flying holding aircraft, but a general level of fitness, you need to think in advance. And some people just lead their healthy life, jog and eat healthy food. That's fine. But if you want to crank it up a notch and maybe be in a good shape, guaranteed, you need to think about physical exercise. As I said, it's a torture in my case, but it generally improves your lifestyle significantly. So that's why for these people, once you think about it and understand that you need it, look around. Because as I said, the first step is for you to understand that you really need that, because it will be hard to force yourself to do this otherwise. And then look around, and yes, we discussed apps and just doing it by yourself. You might try that, and then try the coach. Try someone like you, Ajay, or try you, and see if there is a difference. For me personally, I remember how difficult it was at the beginning, still is, but how hard it was at the beginning, and how I realized to my horror and disappointment and embarrassment that I lost almost everything I had in the past life. I was not fit at all. And how relatively quickly you build it back. That gives you joy and hope that you can do it and do it for a long time. So that's why start with the realization that you need it, then shop around and try AJ. Maybe this will be the best decision you made in your life. Same what happened to me.
Well, besides when you begin with me, you didn't have any equipment, I mean, the equipment is not even necessary. I mean, you can begin without any equipment, and then slowly you will build up, whatever you need at home. And especially right now that everybody's working out at home, and they cannot go to a gym, so you can do all the exercise that you need without this big equipment, in the comfort of your home. It's just give you so much relief, that you can have more time. You don't have to go anywhere to do the workout. You are there at your house.
Yeah, at the beginning you just need a mat. even that is not really important. You can start just on the floor, and you can always add your pieces of equipment as you go. And you don't need much. I actually have all my stuff here. I think that's basically all you need, above and beyond the maximum possible need. And I have a J-Rex there in the back. But basically a couple of dumbbell sets, a couple of kettlebells, and all those magic wheels and sliders and yoga blocks. And that's it. But as I said, you can start with nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's how we started in the gym. I think, we didn't use anything. I was not even able to raise teeny tiny dumbbells at that time. But yes, and then you add and add and add, and then still, for example, now I may relocate to my other place where I live, and I'm already thinking, what will I need to buy for that apartment first to continue exercises? And it's not much. I know that I will get everything in just one shopping visit to the local sports store. That will be not expensive. I think the whole set here is probably €200, but you can actually get much cheaper pieces if you want.
All right. Thank you very much, Mikhail, for this nice conversation, and I hope that our relationship will continue for many years on. Bye, Mikhail. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
Now, I want to show you some of the images and videos Mikhail has shared with me. Here you will see what he has accomplished so far and what he wants to accomplish in the near future thanks to my training.
Сделать, нет дороги назад. Как Хаттабыч сказал, это наш Сталинград. Два крыла за спиной, но не ангелы мы. Мы обычные люди великой страны. Снова взлет на пределе, тесно в теле душе. И ангел-хранитель весь в мыле уже. За 10-й метр цепляется борт. Бог поможет и не остановит сам черт. Нам нужен рекорд.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question or comment, please do it below. If you are interested in HEAT or in personal training, you can contact me anytime and we can have a chat via WhatsApp, Zoom or Skype. And we can talk about what is the best exercise for you. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button for notification of upcoming videos, follow me on the rest of social media, and please don't forget, maximum effort. See you next time. Bye.